Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 13 of our Sengoku Dynasty Let's Play. Sorry for the late start today. I'm having some issues with Steam and with the game. It's telling me that it cannot connect to the network in the back end. Alrighty, so we did have a season pass while I was getting the materials together for our big bridges. Something that I noticed is with all of those smiley faces tuned to the green, our happiness actually launched up quite high. If we look at our population, everybody is now green, which is exciting. Everybody's at 120%. So if we look over here and tune all of these back up, so now it's saying that our next season will be at 120%. So if we take some of the stuff that's hard to keep a hold of for us, like maintenance and health, and turn them down to orange, and go back to Dynasty, now they're just going to be at 110%. But it's much easier for us to keep heating beverages and meals in stock. So I think that that's what we're going to do. We're just going to restrict them on some of the stuff, and hope that it's enough to keep us going. And none of these trees have still respawned. That's disappointing. Okay, but I'm hoping that that's going to be enough to keep us rolling as far as that goes. Now, if we look at our Dynasty, we've got plenty of maintenance right now. We've got plenty of heating right now, beverages and meals. I would like to keep that up just so that we can do what we need to do. So we're still making steel. Looks like we're about ready for another round of firewood. Now, they did use all of our charcoal, so this was stuff that I did when I got back to the village. Yeah. And one of our viewers brought up the point that, oh, these steel knives I got off of bandits, by the way. Well, one steel knife we made, but the other steel knife came off of a bandit, so you can get steel stuff without having to actually craft it. But one of our viewers pointed out that in one of our episodes I had mentioned keeping your stuff that you want them to consume at the top, but I did not mention it in the last episode, so I wanted to reiterate that because somebody was kind enough to point it out. We are really running low on logs here, guys. Now, something else that I would like to do, and we might take a couple of logs, well, we'll take one log to do it, is I want to try to make a couple of steel axes and see how many more logs we get out of the steel axes than we do the iron axes. Or we might be able to launch straight into... Because weren't axes one of the ones that were bugged? Yep, we can do a masterwork axe. So we need 2 leather and 3 steel. So let's take that. We should have it. Let's take our 3 steel and 2 of the leather. So let's make a masterwork axe and see what the difference between the iron and the masterwork is as far as them crafting. Can actually check a steel as well. I didn't realize that we had one of those on us. So let's go to jobs and we will find our woodworker. Not that one, the other one. So if we swap, so we can do 20 with them at their super high happiness right now. So let's throw a steel axe in there. It looks like the steel axe can go up to 25 and the masterwork can go to 30. So we could potentially get 120 logs if we used all masterwork axes. And I feel like that is not a bad idea, considering just how much it is taking for us to keep everything rolling. Hey, Kutzmats. I'm assuming... is it Kutzmats? Kutzmatsa? I really don't want to butcher your name, and I'm so sorry if I did. But also, hello. I was actually just talking about you. Not by name, but... jobs. Jobs. And I always want to grab that top one. I don't know why. So let's throw all of these into Masterwork and see if that doesn't help us out just a wee bit. We could probably do the same with the ads. I'm a little worried, though, because I've noticed with the iron axes that it takes a percentage. Last was okay, just as you like. You know, there is an icon in the bot. There we go. Okay. The iron axes, we're taking a percentage of durability out of these. So the masterwork axes, I'm sure will do the same. The thing that worries me is if we swap out these iron adzes for masterwork adzes, we will have the same. We'll have the same problem that we are with the iron adze, where whenever she makes buckets, the adze disappears completely. I don't know if that's just the iron adze that's struggling right now, or if it's just the way that the adze works currently. But I am a little worried about replacing them all with masterwork. But let's see what happens. Cane Hurt might help. Okay. Can swap you out, and then take another stack of iron and get ourselves some more steel rolling. There we go. So we are going to need a couple more of these. Just take 2 for now. That'll give us 4. So let's go for the masterwork adze, and we'll make 4 of those. Okay, so let's see what a difference this makes for buckets. Whoops. No. It was a series of wrong button presses. Okay. So. Oh, okay, there it goes. So 9 instead of 6. That is not a very big increase. We're going to leave it sit like this and see if that adze disappears. If it does, we're not going to do it, because it's not one masterwork adze, 2 steel, is not worth 3 buckets to me. So we'll leave it where it's at for now and see what happens. However, since we did make all of the masterwork adze, I would like to keep a higher quality one on us, just because it's higher quality. So we will get more out of it, and it will not break as easy, which is very, very important. Okay. Well, what the... Oh, our healing stuff rotted, so we got stone jugs back. Okay. That's alright. We didn't have a means to get stone jugs prior, because we're missing some buildings, so I am okay with that. It's not ideal. I would much rather have had healing supplies, but it's something. So let's head out. You know what? We have better luck hunting off this way. And we could just sleep the seasons and get the production done, but I don't want to lose all of our villagers by doing that, so we're going to try to get a little bit of material along the way as well. Wow, that was interesting. I think, though, that staggering the needs on the dynasty, having 2 of them rationed and 3 of them not, looks like we're still going to go to 115 instead of 120, so that's something. At least it'll decrease the downward trend a little bit. Hello, Fox. So I don't like their aim system over much in this game. I have a really hard time hitting things with the bow. So I have a tendency to let the smaller animals go, because the bigger animals, 1, they give more materials, and 2, they are much easier to hit because they are much larger targets. I think that was a miss, the second shot. That one wasn't. He should be slowing down. Oh, yeah. I really like going after the boars because they come to you. So you don't even have to chase them. And it looks like our arrows went through in awkward directions again, but that's alright. So our iron axe is, or our iron knife is about ready to break. I'm hoping it will in the next animal or two, and then we can swap to the steel one. I want to see if the steel one gives us more material. I really kind of hope it does. Seriously, we can't? Oh, there we go. Me too. You can run after rabbits and foxes and kill them with the spear. Yeah, I've done that a little bit. I also like the boars. Hunting is bad compared to Medieval Dynasty. I will definitely agree with that. And yes, also with the caveat that it is early access. So any negativity that I spew, and there was quite a bit in the last episode, unfortunately, but any negativity that I throw at this game is to be taken with a grain of salt because it is open access. And I remember Medieval Dynasty in its battle days when it was also full of problems and bugs, so that is in no way a reflection on how this game will end up in the end. I hope that they hold it to the same standard because Medieval Dynasty turned out fantastic. I had fun with it, and I've had fun with this game. Their latest couple of changes have had me scratching my head a little bit, but I've had fun with this game. I'm just hoping that when it is truly finished, it will be more fun still than it currently is. It looks the same as theirs, except it doesn't have fire at the top. Yeah, that's what I was saying about this being a terrible view. Like, you've got a good view valley-wise down here. But if you look back this way, your entire view is blocked by trees. And since anybody that's raiding is likely to come by shore, you have a very small portion of the shore visible from here due to the trees. I feel like this was not the best place to put a watchtower, and that even in the feudal era they would know better, but it is what it is. It is up high, so maybe they were just looking for high spots on the map to put them. But I feel like if you tried to get a duke or king to place something like that, they would laugh you out of their courtroom. But this is the peasant valley, so maybe they don't know any better. They are peasants. Oh, nice. So apparently my second one did hit him, even though he didn't make the sound, because it takes 3 to down them. Alright. So it does look like we get a little bit more material. I don't know. I wasn't watching as closely as I should have been. But I feel like we got a little bit more material with the iron, or the steel knife than we did with the iron knife. I do like that they slow down the more damage they take. That really does make this more reasonable for the animals that take so many arrows. I'm a little disappointed that we don't have steel and iron arrows, though. I really think that that's something that they should have added. Some way to beef up that damage would have been nice. Alright, so that puts us back up. We have 30 and 30. And then we've got a bunch of meat that I'm not going to cook right away, because I believe when you cook it resets the freshness timer. It did in Medieval, and I know I have to stop comparing this to Medieval because it's not a fair comparison. But I feel like it should reset the freshness timer, and if it does, that is a good thing, because that will allow us to get a little bit more time out of our materials if we don't cook them all right before season change. Provided they don't rot immediately during the season change. If they rot after the season change, then crafting them later is actually going to be beneficial, because it will reset their freshness timer and allow them to go a little bit longer. So let's make sure that I'm not screwing us here. If we go to Dynasty, we have enough food, we have enough water, and we have enough heat. Let's do it. Alright. And then we can use that to... Now, I was kind of hoping when I changed season last time that it would complete whatever was running in these, and it does not. They are still running when you get back to them after a season change. So you can't just start it up and then change the season and expect the season change to finish the craft for you, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh, jeez. They wiped out so much in here. We're not going to lose a terrible lot of production that way, so... And that gets all of the building slots full. Now, did our... Oh, it looks like our build-up in Riverton's finished. That one didn't take a year and a half. I don't know why the first one took so long. Maybe because we had more actual builders on this one, instead of just a random smattering of people available. That might be part of it. That's the only thing I can really think of that's changed between the two. So we are Dynasty level 17. So we still need 4 levels. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll put us at 21. Now I know the current cap's 22, which means we're missing a small bridge somewhere. But honestly, at 21, all of the current content's unlocked, so we're not going to worry about tracking that little bastard down. We're just going to go with it. So we've still got enough food. Beverages are going to be a problem. We're going to have to do something about water. Heating's okay, but we still want to get the good heat in there. Health we can't really do much about. Maintenance we can't really do much about. So let's see about getting... We did grab our buckets, right? We did. So let's see about getting some of this water pulled out. And did we put any more straw over here? We did not. But we should have gotten some more, so let's go ahead and run the straw through. It can't hurt to have extra. We're not really using it for much anymore, but you never know. Charcoal should be done, which should allow us to run another bout of that. These hairbox traps are frickin' useless. I was excited about them, thinking that they would be like the traps in Medieval, but they give you so little that they're really not worth the effort. Settings. But at least we got ourselves some extra meat. That's going to help quite a bit. Now, the nice part about cooking with the pot is to cook eggs takes a rock and an egg, and to cook meat takes a stick and a meat. But if you use the pit with the pot, which is why we have 2 pits in here, it does not take the stick or the rock. So it's saving us a little bit of resources that way. See how it's just the meat there? And if we look over here, it's meat in a stick. Oh my, that's going to be a long... So I'm hoping that we can get... I honestly expected the iron place in the northeast corner to take longer than it did. So I'm really hoping that we can get through the other bridges. And we will go... Once they're all done, we'll go around and look at the new bridges, because 2 of them were large bridges, and we haven't seen one of those yet. So once those are done, I do want to go see what they look like. We already know what the small bridges and the watchtowers are going to look like, and we know what the iron processing plant looks like, so I don't really see a reason in making a whole trip up there just for that. But the other ones I definitely want to see. And, I mean, we'll get to see at least one of the bridges, probably both of the bridges, when we go to unlock the stuff at 21. Because I'm sure it's going to send us to talk to the abbot again. So... And he is... Both of them are en route to him, so... I don't like how it eats our buckets when we do this. That's a little frustrating, but... That's alright, I guess. It is what it is. So it looks like we need basically a full row of water to keep our people happy at the end of a season. And I'm betting it's going to be about a full row of charcoal as well to keep them happy. So that's kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. Oh, it supplies water that way. I gotcha. So I really should have put these over by the water storage. You know what? That's not a big deal, because we can move stuff in this game. I keep forgetting that. That is not a big deal at all. So it doesn't look like it's storing a very large amount, but that's alright. Every little bit's going to help. And if it's even one round of buckets that I don't have to craft, it makes me happy. It does take quite a bit of straw, though. You would think it would be better insulated, requiring that much straw. And if all your ice melts in spring, what the hell kind of luxury good is that? So it's only available during winter, which... I mean, ice is kind of useless in winter. It's like trying to give water to somebody drowning in the middle of a lake. It is probably one of the least useful things you can do. Well, that one only gave us 1. But that one gave us 4. So it seems to be rather random. That one gave us 5. And that one gave us 1. I'm going to assume that it's just random. Okay, are we good to season change yet? We are. It's a lot when you have 100 of them. I bet it would be. I bet it would be. But still, 15's not unreasonable. Other than it's going to be super tedious to open each one individually. We are going to recheck Dynasty, though, and possibly switch the season again. Food's good. Water's actually well on its way now. Heating's passable. There's not a terrible lot we can do about these. Maintenance, we're going to lose all our clay. All of our clay is about to disappear. Oh, sounds like we finished a couple build projects again. What did we get? This is probably a bridge. Or another watchtower. It's another watchtower. Okay. So let's check Dynasty. How's everybody doing? They're still green-faced. How many people are without jobs now? 1, 2. So we have 2 people that we can put into that last... Oh. I thought... Okay, so Ya is one of them. I thought that we still had 2 slots left in one of the bridges, but apparently not. Oh, because we substituted Akko. So let's swap Ya for Akko. That'll help make Akko a little bit happier. And then... Who was the other one that we had in there that was not a real builder? Omatsu could be used elsewhere. So let's pull Omatsu out in lieu of Narashi. There we go. Okay, so what are we looking at? So that watchtower's built now. We're still waiting on the 2 bridges. I think that's all that we have left. Yep, we're 19. So those 2 bridges are all that we're waiting on to get to where we can unlock the rest of what's unlockable as far as our game's concerned. So there is some stuff that we're still kind of shortchanged out of for now. But now we should have some deer right up here. We've seen them on this slope more than once, but I feel like they actually move around a little bit based on season. Or they just have a very wide wander pattern. I'm not entirely sure which it is at the moment. Because the pigs don't seem to show up on this hill at all in winter. Or if they do, there's only 1 or 2. But some seasons there's like 4 or 5 of them. And then like in spring there were deer all over the place right through here. And now I can't find any. So I think maybe the seasons have a little bit to do with animal spawning. Or it is truly random and we've just been lucky and or unlucky. This would absolutely look like a fairy ring. I don't know if there's an equivalent in Japanese culture or not. So I'm pretty sure that fairy rings are mostly European. But it really does look like one. I'm going to screenshot that. Let's see if those last two complete on season change. If they do, then we will stay on a little bit late to go and investigate them and get the last of the unlocks. If they don't, then we will probably have a short stream tomorrow to wrap everything up. Because those are the last two crafts, and we are just waiting on time to pass for them. At that point, we will... if you guys have any ideas on anything else that you would like to see, by all means post them in a comment. We do have a post up specifically for that, or a comment on a video, that's fine too. So far we have 3 possible recommendations for our next steps as to what to play once we hit the end of content in this game. I will start a poll when we finish this game, and probably just pick a game at random to play, not on a series, but just for a day, for while we let the poll run, to see what we want to do, whether we want to do a Season 2 of Medieval Dynasty. Somebody recommended Sherwood Builders. Somebody else was talking about another game, War Tales or something like that. So if you guys have any recommendations, definitely drop them in a comment somewhere. So it's mostly builders on the build now. And the one person that doesn't have anything, and then ourselves. Okay. So let's pass the season and see. What the hell? How long is that bridge gonna take? I think because we only have one thing left to complete, and at this point we've passed like 3 seasons, that we may as well just finish it, even with Angry Villagers, just to... because our next stream is going to be horrifically short if we don't. Like 15-20 minutes kind of short. There it is. So now we need to go talk to the temple guy. Oh man, I did rot. Okay. So let's go talk to the temple guy and unlock the last of the buildings, because I want to see what unlocks and what doesn't out of what we have available. There is no food left anywhere. I bet there's quite a bit in here, though. So we should probably take some with us just for the trip. And our villagers are angry, and I really don't know that I care. Well, it's only going to give us 2, but it's better than nothing. So let's go visit the guy, and we will hit up these bridges along the way. So we got that bridge to check out, that bridge to check out, and that bridge to check out, as we head up to the abbot to see what unlocks. So currently we are looking at... the papermaker is still locked. These 2 are locked for quest reasons that we can't fix. The tavern is locked. All of the storages are open. And the 3rd house is locked. So that should, in theory, some of that should unlock. We will definitely need to keep an eye on that. Ooh, that bridge looks cool as shit! Look at that! We made that. Yeah! No wonder it took so many log planks. Now, how many resources would we have not needed to use if you hadn't put this damn thing in the middle? Just made it a bridge. It does look cool as shit, though. I gotta admit that. It does look cool. Alright, so let's see... Our next bridge is going to be up here. All the random ass trees I chopped down trying to build these damn things. And they'll never grow back. Well, at least until they update respawning of materials. There's our watchtower that we built up there. Which, unfortunately, if you've seen one watchtower, you've seen them all. They are all basically the same building. Just in different spots. But this bridge had weird requirements too, so I kind of want to see what it looks like. So this was the other... Not this little bridge, this was already here. But we built this bridge too. And it basically looks like it's just a rope bridge. But it looks neat. I definitely like the way it looks. And it keeps you from running off the side, which is nice. Yeah, that's cool. And it makes getting up here a little bit easier. Which is always good. Oh, really? So apparently on the high-end PCs, it still takes quite a while to load, so that's not just us. Hey! Okay, so there's the rest of the Masterwork stuff. And statue. And a Tengu mask, whatever the hell that is. And a hat. Okay. Too much change can move away from the right path. Some in the village are already concerned about the crowds we have let in. Let the valley rest for now. Oh, my. So there's actually an end scene. Okay. So we have officially reached the end of what Sengoku has to offer us, guys. It was worth going a little over tonight just to finish so that we didn't have a 5-minute stream tomorrow. So I'm going to, if anybody has any recommendations for where we go from here, whether we do a season 2 of, Did not expect... Oh, the cutscene? Oh my, I have lost my... It will not let me click anywhere now. Ha 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 ha! Oh, the game is broken now. So it won't let me click close. It won't let me move. It's doing the same thing it did when that one day when we had to hit tab to be able to click items, except it won't let us hit tab. However, it did just auto-save. So we're going to keep that auto-save as our last save. So, if you guys have any ideas on whether we want to do a Season 2 of Medieval Dynasty or if we want to play something else, we already have 3 options available. Right? Any recommendations that you guys have? I do have a post up. We will wait until tomorrow, and any recommendations that we've garnered by tomorrow, I will put into a poll for everybody to vote on to see where we go from here. So tomorrow will probably be a random game. It won't be something that we're going to do a series on. It'll just be a random game while we wait for the poll to tick. I want to give that at least a day, maybe 2, for people to vote. But that's where we're at for now. So we did go a little bit late tonight, and we did reach the no kidding end of the game. So if you've learned anything useful tonight, or if you've had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. And if you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.